Nice to have you back.
Hey, it's good to be back.
So now you're part of the team. What's that like?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what we are in the middle of shooting 301 right now, and it's already just been really rewarding just to get in on the action. I was late today because the makeup artist was having a hard time covering my bruises. So there's some heavy stunts going on in the first episode of season 3. Because we obviously have to go rescue Nick and figure out how to do that. And we're running around the container yard. It's just, I think it'll be interesting going forward. They, for 44 episodes now, she's really been in the dark for the most part. And I think, obviously it's not going to be an easy integration because Juliette's the only character who's not a cop and not a vessel. So I've always sort of approached her as being the one through which the audience and normal people can view the action. And, it's nuts. It's fun, it's fantasy, but if you put yourself in her shoes, it's totally crazy what's going on. So I just, in the scene where everybody's morphing, it was like, what would I do if that actually happened? I mean, it's mind-blowing.
So as your character becomes more used to these things, who do you think will take over as that counterpart? Because you're right, the audience needs an anchor. We need to be able to see the show through our eyes. Who do you think that will become?
I don't know. I know that they're going to introduce some pretty important guest star recurrings this season, so it might be one of them. I know that they were sort of alluding to something in the panel about there being possibly another Grimm getting introduced. Obviously, that wouldn't be my character's eyes. I think, for the most part, as long as she remains, and who knows, seasons down the road, as long as she remains a normal person, then I think it's still going to always be her eyes. Yeah.
You'd be the voice of reason, sort of, so to speak.
I don't know that she's a voice of reason. I mean, she's losing her mind all of season 2, so I would say almost the opposite. But yeah.
As Juliette's a friendly Mary, will she take on a more supportive role like Rosalie? Will she be learning from Rosalie, like the types of remedies to help?
I think the intention is for them to be working together. Juliette is a doctor, and Rosalie obviously is sort of almost a doctor of medicine with all of the cures for all these ailments and stuff, but you will see some episodes too where it's not necessarily just going to be a vessel that's getting murdered. I think they're going to sort of focus a little bit more on actually what would happen if a real person got in on the action and something that personally happened to them.
They're asking all the good ones.
Well, I'll tell you something. I mean, this is a really, obviously playing with all these fantastic cast. How many times on a regular basis do you necessarily have that drop off of other clients? That's going to be a little freaky.
Well, there was, I remember when we shot season 2, episode 13, Face Off. I texted Sasha because I was like, is Gentoli playing a trick on us? Because it was the scene where I beat up Captain Bernard and we're making out and I'm like ripping his shirt off and the buttons are flying and I didn't think it was real. The way it was scripted was that scene times like 5 or 6. Obviously it was edited down for TV, but I thought it was legit. So that was kind of a moment where you're just like, this is totally insane. And also, the episode we're shooting right now, 301, is so huge in scope, it really feels like a movie. There's a tremendous amount of stunts. There's a tremendous amount of action. They're getting a lot done. It's basically all exteriors, all at night. It's not the sort of the same settings that we're used to. Sort of uprooting everybody to deal with the zombies. But it's, the truth is, we don't know further than a couple episodes out what's going on. I've really only read through episode 3, season 3, so we're sort of getting there as we're going.
How much do you like doing your stunts? And how many do you do?
I haven't done that many stunts. I mean, I've had a few episodes each season where I've had to do something active and they've had to bring in a double. Obviously, NBC is incredibly careful with us and we all have doubles. But Bree and Silas and I were doing some stunts this week that were pretty crazy. Actually, everybody was doing some kind of nutty stunts this week. Russell was as well. And, we have doubles. But you want to do as much as possible without endangering yourself.
So it does just pick up immediately.
It
same
picks up
time.
immediately from the end of the season 2 finale.
You guys are so sorry. I'm gonna have to
Okay, it was nice to see you guys.
Thank you.